Hello, my name is Sydney, and I want to document how much I read this week and how much I'm gonna read this week as somebody that works a normal 8-hour a day, 40 hours a week job. So yesterday was Sunday, so today is Monday. But yesterday I did start Light Lark by Alex Astor. And oh my gosh, I'm literally like in love with this book. It's so good. So on Sunday I read 250 pages of this, and that was all I read on Sunday. So I'm hoping to finish this today, and it's about 400 pages long, so it would be like 150 pages today. So we'll see if I read that much today. I don't know. I had like the longest day at work, so it just depends on how exhausted I am. I've been currently watching all of the booktubers videos, because it's so fun to watch. So let's see if I can read 150 pages today. So today's Tuesday. Yesterday I read from page 250 to page 314 in the current book that I'm reading, which is Light Lark. And I read like 64 pages, and I have about 80-ish pages left, I think, until the end, because I think it's around 400 pages, something like that. It might be a little more. But I don't know. Yesterday I started doing my puzzle for a little bit, and I've been working on this puzzle for literally like since January or December, because it's like 3,000 pieces, and it's not like a landscape, so it's not super easy. And I try not to use the box because I don't want to, I want it to be extremely difficult. So I was working on that for a little bit yesterday, and then I read my book a little bit. I've been kind of like, this week work's just been very I mean, it's only Tuesday, but I've just been very, like, once I get home I just want to like veg out, but part of that is reading. But I've just been like, my brain is like tired, so I haven't been like super motivated to read. But I really am enjoying this book, and right now I'm currently thinking that I'm probably going to give it a 5-star review, 5-star rating. We'll see. I mean, I still have like 80 pages left, so it really depends on the ending, but I'm really liking it so far, and I'm already super excited to jump into the next book. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. I'm probably gonna do some more on my puzzle and watch some YouTube just to kind of like calm down. I just got home from work and I ate dinner, so I'm gonna probably do that to chillax a little bit, do the puzzle a little bit again, and then I'm going to probably read this a little bit later tonight and hopefully finish it. It's been very fast paced, so I'm excited. I've been super excited. I'm really liking this book. to talk about it for a second. The last like 50 pages were like a whirlwind. Like, I don't even know what was going on, to be honest. Like, I mean, I do, but just so much was like jam-packed into the last 50 pages, I think, to set up probably, like, obviously to create the ending of this book and set up for the next book possibly. But I don't know. I was thinking it was going to be like a 5-star read for me, because I was like really enjoying it, really liking it, like really feeling fast-paced. And then, I don't know, the last like 100 to 50 pages of the book just kind of, there was just a lot of like plot twists or things that happened that I wasn't expecting, that I think really threw me off. And like, those things are great and fine and love those, but I just feel like there was a lot of them and it was just a lot. So I don't know, it just kind of like took away from how I was feeling because of some things that occurred. So I think I'm going to end up giving this a 4.5. It was really good still. I really liked it, and I'm definitely excited to read the next book. And I'm really tempted to go buy it right now, but I know Amazon's having a sale like the 15th through the 20th, so I'll probably wait to buy it then, so I can get it on sale. So today I've read 95 pages, and that got me to the end of Lightlark. So I don't think I'm going to read anything more, so I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Alright, hello everyone. Today is Wednesday, and so last night I finished Lightlark and I gave my review for that. It has changed a little bit since I read it. It's definitely, I don't know if I said what I rated it or not, but it's definitely more of a 4-star for me than 4.5 or 5. I liked it, but now that I've sat on it a little bit longer, I'm kind of like, I don't know. So yeah, Garrett got me Nightbane, which is the second book, I think is what it's called, and so it's gonna come here and be here tomorrow, get delivered tomorrow, because Amazon's having like this big book sale. So I'm actually probably gonna buy a few more books, but in the meantime I need a new book to read today, to start, and I don't know what I want to read yet. I have this one, Dragon Fruit by Makia Lucier. I probably said that wrong. I think it's a young adult fantasy. I got it from Book of the Month. It sounds good, and since I like just started the Lightlark, I don't want to like start another series per se. Although I have like a ton of, like, I'm feeling in a fantasy reading mood. I have a ton of romance books too that I keep looking at, and I'm like, So I don't know. I also got The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, which I think is her new book, and then Funny Story by Emily Henry, which is a new book that just came out that I want to read. But I'm feeling like very fantasy-esque mood. Like, I really enjoyed reading the fantasy book, and this book is only, let's see how many pages it is. So I'm feeling like this is probably going to be my best option. It's only 354 pages, and the font is like freaking huge. Like, look at how big the font is. It's huge. So I feel like this is going to be probably my option that I'm going to go for. So we'll take this off here. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with Dragon Fruit and see how I like it. If I'm not feeling it, I might change books after like a few pages, but I think this one should be good. I heard good things about it on Book of the Month, and it had a good review in Goodreads, so I think we're gonna read this. So let's see how that goes. Alright, so I think I'm finished reading for the day. It's like 10 o'clock. Actually, it's 11. It's 10:50. So it's like 11 o'clock. I read 54 pages in Dragon Fruit. So I read 54 pages today on Wednesday. And I kind of have a better understanding of what this book's going to be about now. I really didn't like know what it was going to be about. I just knew that it was like a fantasy book. So basically, Hanalei is our main character, and she has some things going on for her. But basically, there's this thing called dragon fruit, which is like a dragon egg, but it can like fix something that happened in the past for like a price, because everything comes at a price, blah blah blah. So I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. That's kind of what I like. It's all I know. Like some other stuff has happened, but I don't want to say anything that's gonna give away anything in the book, because I don't know what's gonna be important, what's not gonna be important. It's pretty interesting so far. I think I read like 54 pages in like an hour, so it should be a pretty quick read for me, because it's only like, I think I said this earlier, but it's like only like 350 pages, 360 pages, so I have about 300 pages left of the book, so hopefully I'll finish that in like 2 days maybe. I just was not feeling it today. I'm like exhausted. Wednesday, I'm just over. I'm over this week. I'm ready to like sleep all weekend long. But it's pretty good so far. It's very fast paced. Like I said, the font was pretty big, so it's been a pretty quick read, and it right off the jump, you're in the action, you're in it. So it's not been like a whole lot of build up as far as like getting into the story and like giving you a backstory. Like, it's kind of been giving backstory here and there throughout the action that's already taking place, which I like. I'm just worried that there's going to be so much up front and then we're going to like lull out, because I've read books like that where it's like at the beginning it's like fine, but then it starts to lull out in the middle, and then at the end you have like your big, you know, whatever happens. So I'm just hoping that it stays consistent and it keeps me engaged throughout all the pages. But anyways, I'm gonna go for tonight, and then I will see you tomorrow on Thursday, and we'll see how much I read. So today is Thursday, and it's actually Thursday night. I just finished reading. I actually finished Dragon Fruit, and it was so good. So that brings my official total for how much I read today to 300 pages, because I read 54 pages yesterday of this book, and then there's 354 pages. So I read 300 pages today, and I finished this book, and it was so good. I'm gonna say it's probably a 4-star read for me. I really liked it. I feel like it was pretty fast paced. I was worried that it was gonna not be super fast paced, because I feel like the beginning started off at a really good pace. So I was like, ooh, it was really good. There's a little bit of romance, like the tiniest like sprinkle, like not really even there, but is there. And I just wish that was a more prominent thing that was going on. Like, I just love a good little romance in a fantasy book. But this was so good. I 100% recommend it. I was kind of a little skeptical. I don't really like I heard it was good. It was on Book of the Month. Like, you can't go wrong there, right? So I was a little skeptical, but about if I would like it, because it is YA, but it is fantasy. So I was like, you know, I probably would like it. I like fantasy books, but YA books sometimes like don't always hit for me, especially if like there's like ones that I don't even know anything about, haven't heard about. So I was a little skeptical, but I really liked it. I definitely recommend Dragon Fruit. It's super cute, super good. Like, it was just a good, whimsical, fun time. Like, we have pirates, we have dragons, well, sea dragons. We have like all these mythical like type creatures. We have like, you know, just like a lot of magic, a lot of whimsical magic, and I just really enjoyed it. It was really good. 100% recommend. Definitely a 4-star read for me. But I think that's going to be all I'm going to read today. I'm pretty tired. I had a super long day at work today. So I came home and I just started reading when I got home, because I was like, I want to get through this and see where it goes. And it was very good. Very happy with my reading experience today. So tomorrow's Friday, so we have 2 days left to see how much I read the rest of this week. I don't know what book I'm going to pick up next. I'm kind of feeling like a mafia romance maybe, or I don't know. I just got some books from Amazon that I'll show you tomorrow maybe, that I bought because they had their sale, and I got Nightbane, which is the book after Lightlark, so I'm a little tempted to read that, but I'm not sure if I'm like in the mood for that right now, so we'll have to see. Maybe I'm in the mood for a romance, but I really like the standalone fantasies. Like, this is a good, like, I love the standalone fantasy. Like, I love, like, don't get me wrong, I love a good fantasy series, but sometimes you just need a standalone fantasy, and it really grabs you, it really takes you in. You get connected to the characters in one book, you learn a whole story, there's a conclusion, everything's figured out. It's great. I love it. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright guys, it's Friday. I'm off work. I just had dinner. I don't know if I'm gonna really read a whole ton today. I don't know. I kind of want to clean up around the house a little bit, because it's kind of like, just like a lot is going on in the house. Like, there's stuff everywhere, which there's really not, because I really don't have that much stuff. It's just the little stuff that I do have. I just want to kind of tidy up that and do the floors, because I need to sweep, vacuum, and mop the floors, and do some laundry maybe put some laundry in, you know, the usual. But I got some books. Some of them came in yesterday, some of them came in today, so I still have a few more. No, I still have a box set coming in. I bought the Mortal Instruments series that is going to come in like next week, I think. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to read that for a little bit, but I just haven't. So, you know, because I had like so many other series. So I'm like, I don't know. Also, I was just eating like a second ago, and I like feel like I was just messing, like doing this on my throat. And I was like, I don't know. It just like, I was like itching a little bit. I pull my hand away, and there's a freaking spider on my hand. Like, what? Are we joking? Not a fan of that. So, anyways, let's get into my little haul. So, these are all from Amazon, because they were having their, like, I don't know. I think I've said this like 10 million times in the past like week, but they're having a sale on books this week. So, of course, I bought some books. So I got like, including the box set, so the box set has like 6 books in it, and then I bought like 7 extra other books. So I got like 12 books, and my total was like $100, but I had like $50 cash back, so I ended up getting 12 freaking books for $50, so I basically was saving so much money by buying these books. I had to buy them. So the first book I bought was Mountains Made of Glass by Scarlett St. Clair. It's like a fairy tale retelling. fairy tale retelling. And I think it's supposed to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Not 100% sure on that, but from what I remember reading, I think that's what it's supposed to be. And it looks pretty short. It's only like 200 something pages, like less than 250. And the wording is pretty big, like, you know, so I'm excited about that. Very excited about that. Very excited. I have been wanting to read a Kristen Hanna book, and I've heard about Firefly Lane. I can literally not speak. Like, what's wrong with me? Then I've heard about Firefly Lane. So I wanted to read this, but it does look a little chunky. It's like, I think it's about 500 pages, and yeah, but I wanted to read this, so eventually I'll probably get to it, but it was on sale. Then I got Heartless by Elsie Silver, which is the second book in the Chestnut Springs series. I just recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, finished the first book, which is Flawless, which I really, really enjoyed. I think I gave it 4 stars. So, I mean, a fun little cowboy romance. And this one, I think, is the brother. Yeah, I think it's about the brother that has the son. So, I'm really liking that. Then I got Wicked Beauty, which is the third book in the, what's this series called? It's called something. It's called the Dark Olympus series. So, Wicked Beauty by Kate Robert. I really liked these books so far that I've read of this series, and they're just good. You can just read them whenever. They're they're obviously kind of connected. All the characters are family stuff, whatever. So I'm interested to read this one. This one has, I'm pretty sure this one has 3 main characters. So I'm not really sure So I'm not really sure the dynamic, what's going to be happening there, but I'm excited about this one. I've really enjoyed the other 2 books in that series so far that I've read. The ones I've read are Neon Gods and Electric Idol. Yeah, and they've been good. So I'm excited to continue it. It's just something I pick up every once in a while. If I'm don't know what to read, I'm oh, Katie Robert. Perfect. Then I picked up Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. It's a Medusa type retelling. I never had heard of this, and I just was one of the books on sale, and I was it sounds really interesting. I think it's just kind of I don't think it's a retelling modern story of Medusa, but I think it just is the story of Medusa, I guess. So, yeah, this little blurb on the front says, reframes the familiar myth of Perseus and Medusa. It took me a second to remember how to say that. So, I think it's fun. I like the, what's it called? The mythology stuff. Because I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I know, some of the names. And so, I don't really know a lot about it, but I can recognize, who we're talking about. So, anyways, I was excited about that. And I thought it'd be an interesting read, and it was pretty cheap. It was, less than $10, I think. So I was yeah, I'll get it. Then I got Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. I've heard everybody talk about this, and I really want to read it. I guess it's about 2 serial killers that basically, fall in love. I don't know. Dark romance. I'm here for it. Don't really know. So, I'm excited to read this. Oh, I guess this is going to be a trilogy. It says the Ruinous Love Trilogy. I know there was a second one coming out. I didn't realize it was going to be a trilogy, so that's exciting. This one is about, it's 350 pages, so not too bad. Then, I actually didn't buy this. Garrett bought this for me because I had it in the Amazon cart, and he went and bought something on Amazon, and my rule is, if he's going to buy something on Amazon, he needs to buy me something on Amazon. That's the rule for him. Not for me, but for him. That's the rule. So this was in the cart because I was going to buy it when the sale happened, and he just got to it before me. So this is Nightbane by This is Nightbane by Alex Astor. It's the second book in the I don't know, is there a name for the series? I don't know. It's the book after Lightlark. I don't know if there's a name for the series or not. The Lightlark? Yeah, I guess it's just Lightlark's book 2, Nightbane. So, I'm really excited to read this one. I don't know when I'm going to read it. This one is, let's see how long this one is. This one is like 400 pages-ish. So, I'm excited to read this and see like where we're at. After that first book, it kind of got crazy. So, like the ending was just kind of like, I don't know, I really was enjoying that book, and I was like, this is like giving 5-star vibes, but I really did not enjoy the ending of that book, as you saw in this video, because I finished that book in this video. So, I'm interested to see where we go from there. Like, it was really good, but again, the ending was not for me. Like, I just wish it would have gone a different way, but I'm so excited to see where the story takes us. So, that is all the books that I have received. And then I did this week get, which I think I already talked about this, I got the Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, which, okay, I opened this to kind of like flip through and see how many pages it was. I didn't realize Christina Lauren is 2 different people, like it's 2 people writing together. Christina Hobbs and Lauren Billings. They write under the pen name Christina Lauren, obviously Christina and Lauren. I didn't realize that. Didn't know that. Like, I've read Love in Other Words. I really liked that book. It wasn't a 5-star book for me. I've heard a lot of people really love that book, but it was good. It just wasn't like, it wasn't like the best book I've ever read or anything, but I think it was still a 4-star, I think I gave it. But I read that a while ago, like a year ago probably. So this was my book of the month for May that I got. So I'm excited to read this and see what happens there. So I put it next to my Emily Henry books over here. So yeah, that's all that I've got for you as a whole. I don't know what I'm gonna read today on Friday. Yesterday, I think I read 300 pages of Dragon Fruit. So I really enjoyed this book, and I was surprised because I was like, like I get these books from Book of the Month, and like they sound good, but I don't usually read them. Like, this is only the second book that I've read from Book of the Month that I've gotten. I still have the other ones, and I'm still interested in reading them. They're just not as exciting as the other books on my shelf that I want to read that I've bought. So I started this and I was a little skeptical because I was like, I don't know. Like, I was excited. I heard, you know, it's on Book of the Month. It's going to be good, right? And that's kind of how I went into The Starling House when I read that by Alex E. Haro. I was kind of like skeptical, and it wasn't my favorite at the beginning, but it ended up being a 5-star read for me. Really love that book. 100% recommend. So yeah, so I finished this book yesterday. So yesterday I read 300 pages. Then I also did end up when I was laying in bed before I went to sleep, I did read some on my Kindle, but I don't know how much I read. It's called Bound. It's like the second book in the Highgate Preparatory Academy or something like that. I don't really know. It's the second book though in the series, and I read from like 8% to like 11%. No, that can't be right. I think I read more than that. But I don't know how many pages, so I'm not going to count it just because I was like reading it when I was falling asleep, and it's not something that, it's just something I was reading because it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I just read it here and there. So we'll see what I read today. I'll let you know if I read anything. I'm going to probably clean up a little bit, like I said, and then maybe do my puzzle a little bit, just kind of unwind, and then we'll see if I decide to read. And also I got to figure out where I'm going to put all these books because my shelves are full. I mean, they're not that full. Like, I could shove them in there and stick them on top of other books, but like, you know, the aesthetic look that I'm going for here? Yeah. it won't work with that. So I don't know.